Welcome back to another edition of Recruiting Thursday here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Jack Ridenour here with you, and today I'm now joined by Seton Hill baseball commit and three-sports standout at Ligonier Valley High School, Haden Sierocky. Haden, first off, thanks so much for joining us today, and congratulations on the huge commitment to Seton Hill. How does it feel to make this decision?
First off, I want to say thank you for having me on here. The decision is great. It was a long process for me, and I'm just happy I was able to make a decision in a program that I feel I'm going to strive in.
Well, what was it that ultimately led you to wanting to, continue your athletic and your academic career at Seton Hill?
I felt it was a great fit. I was able to visit a couple weeks ago with Coach Marizaldi, and I was able to tour the campus and everything, and I felt that it was just at home, being close to home as well. So I felt I'm going to fit right in with the guys, and it's just a great fit overall.
Now, what were some other schools that were in the mix, whether it was, for other sports or for baseball, just in particular?
Yeah, so I got recruited for football and baseball. Football, I got recruited by some D3s, D2s, Washington and Jefferson, Clary, and Seton Hill for football too. So that was interesting. And then for baseball, I got recruited Washington, Jefferson again, Marietta, and Mansfield were in the process for that. So it was a tough decision to make, but I feel Seton Hill was definitely the right choice.
Well, I definitely want to unpack a little bit about your multi-sport career, because it's got to be very unique for you being in a sport in every single season. What has that been like for you in high school, not only, going from one season to the next, but also balancing school with all of that?
It's definitely been interesting, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I feel it's made me a better person, and I've been able to connect with a bunch of other kids that I've played with and competed against. And I feel it's really just made me who I am, and I'm happy I've been able to compete at football, baseball, and basketball.
Now, how close or how much did you consider, being a multi-sport athlete in college as well?
It was definitely a decision that was on my mind, and I had the opportunity at Seton Hill, but I felt doing it my whole life, I felt I was better in college. I just focused on one sport and was able to reach my fullest potential in baseball.
Now, I know that you, and we'll get into it in a little bit, but I know that you're a very, very good pitcher, but I'm curious to hear, do you think that you'll be doing pitching at Seton Hill? Are you going to be a position player? Are you going to do a little bit of both?
I'm assuming I'm just going to be a position player there, but whatever coaches have in hold for me, I'll do. I'll do whatever they ask me to do.
That's awesome. Well, I think that's a great attitude and great mentality to go into it with, just kind of willing to do anything and everything for the team. But I want to get into the recruiting process with you a little bit, because I'm sure that was very unique, especially during times where, you're being recruited for multiple sports by the same school. You also probably at times had, instances where there was a sport and then you were going to a recruiting event for another sport. So what was this whole recruiting process like for you?
It was definitely long and a tough decision, but like you said, I'd miss some basketball practice just to go tour a campus for either football or baseball. But earlier this past summer, so heading into my senior year this summer, I was pretty focused on playing baseball at the next level. And then I got into the football season, and me and my teammates had a great year, and I also had a great year. So I felt like, that was an option I wanted to explore. So I was kind of 50-50 on which route I wanted to go. And by the end of January, I kind of figured out I wanted to fulfill my opportunity to play baseball at the next level. So I was able to get in contact with Coach Marizaldi. We figured out a date I could come up and visit, and I had a great time, and I felt that was definitely at home.
So what is it that you're going to miss the most about playing football and playing basketball?
Definitely I think I'm gonna miss the most is just the competitive nature of it. I feel like those are two sports you play with high energy, and it's definitely fun. You have great teammates that you play both sports with. I'm definitely gonna miss competing with them, but I definitely say missing that like energy boost. I would say that adrenaline rush you get from playing both sports. I'm definitely gonna miss.
Well, I know that you're going to obviously be moving on and just playing one sport at Seton Hill, but another big move that you actually went through, and a bunch of your teammates as well, through the different sports that you play at Ligonier Valley went through, going from District 6 to the WPIAL. I'm sure a big, big move for you guys. What was that like, and which sport do you feel you felt the adjustment the most at?
It was definitely a tough move for us. Definitely, I feel there's better athletes, better coaches, definitely, and also more media coverage. I feel being in the WPIAL, so I feel football was probably the biggest. I feel there's better athletes, and you're going through deeper game plans. I feel the coaches are just as good as our coaches, and those athletes compete, and everyone's working to hopefully win a WPIAL and state championship. So I feel like just in every sport I played, I feel it was just like hard competitive nature, and I feel it's just equal across the board. And I feel it's really great for me as an athlete, and just being able to compete against kids that want it just as more as me.
Do you feel that there has been maybe a greater level of respect for you and others at Ligonier Valley now being in the WPIAL?
I definitely feel that. I definitely agree with that. I feel like we're respected more across our neighboring schools, and I feel just in general, every team we compete against, it's great, great respect levels between the both of us.
Well, I know that we've talked about football and basketball and baseball. We're in baseball season right now, and you guys just had a really huge performance last few games, but you individually had a big performance against Greensburg Central Catholic, 17 strikeouts. Walk me through this outing. I mean, what was going through your mind when you're out on the mound after strikeout 1, 2, and 3, and what was working for you?
It was definitely a weird one. We came in, that was our first game. It was a section game against GCC. So it was our first game, we didn't really know what to expect. So, I got handed the ball pregame, did my normal pregame and everything, and I just felt good, just felt myself. And, through the game, I didn't really keep count of how many strikeouts I had or how many hits or any of that. I was just doing my thing, playing at my pace. And it was definitely something special that I'll never forget. 17 strikeouts it's something that just memorable and something I'll, like I said, never forget. But, my teammates obviously helped me through that. They were able to put runs on the board, able to make defensive plays. But I feel like my curveball was definitely my best pitch that day. I was able to get the hitters mixed up. They weren't really know what's coming with the fastball curveball mix. It's definitely a hard combo to choose what pitch you're going to hit. And I feel I was just able to throw my pitches for strikes, and that's what led me to great success on the mound.
What inning do you think it was, or maybe what at bat do you feel it was, where you really knew that you were in the zone and you said, "Hey, this is going to be a long day for Greensburg Central Catholic"?
It was kind of those middle innings, like 2, 3, 4, the second, third, fourth, and I felt pretty good. I was able to get up, three down, those consecutive innings, so I felt pretty good. I was coasting. I was keeping my pitches under my limit, so I felt in those couple innings, I was like, man, I can really go all 7 here and kind of get the complete game shutout.
Now, there was something else you mentioned that was unique in that it was a section game for you guys, but also your season opener. So something that you don't usually find very often, especially when you usually have a few non-section games to kind of get yourself ready for that. What was that mentality like for your team and you individually going into that game, knowing, hey, this is a game that matters. This is not a non-section game.
It was definitely tough because we've been working all off season in the gym, and then we kept going back into the gym because of the weather and our games getting postponed, and it was just very difficult on our team. But I feel it was a great moment for our team to overcome that. And GCC's no rule over. They're a very good team. They're very competitive. So just being able to get that win, I feel was just very huge. But it's very abnormal having your section game as your first game, I guess.
Well, you guys have really been, not looking back since then, as one would say, and you guys are on a current 3-game winning streak right now. How do you build on this, and how do you keep this going through the rest of the season?
I feel we're a really tight, connected group. I feel as a team, we don't have that many kids, but I feel the kids that are there, we're really connected. We're really bought into what we have, and I feel everyone just loves being around each other. Everyone loves playing the game, and we're just a connected group that I feel just when momentum's rolling, we're just going to be able to keep it with the tide and keep hopefully stacking W's.
Well, I'm sure you're very excited for the rest of this season. Obviously, you being a senior and at your final high school season, you've got another 4 years ahead of you in college baseball and whatnot. But want to hear, as you approach graduation, you get ready for the summertime. What are some plans that you have for the summer before you leave for college?
So for the summer, I'm definitely gonna hang out with my friends. It's my last summer with everyone here, so that would definitely be a must. But I plan on playing in the Johnstown Collegiate Baseball League, and playing for the Martellas, and then potentially playing Senior Legion with the Lake Trobe Jethawks like I did last summer.
Now, I have to hear a little bit about this in terms of just playing summer league baseball. What is that like for you, and how much do you think that has helped you, in previous years when it comes to the actual season?
It's definitely going to be crazier this year because for the past, I'd say 10 plus years, I've been playing travel ball with Flood City, and I won't be able to do that this year as we're now going into college. So that ends. But I feel it's definitely helped me. It's helped me with as a competitor. I have some great coaches that have coached me, that have taught me valuable things on and off the field. But I feel it just playing in the summer has kept me ready, kept me motivated, and has kept me as a better competitor.
Well, Haden, I know that you've had quite the career at Ligonier Valley. You're going to have an even better career at Seton Hill. But before we let you go, want to hear what it is that you are so excited for when you head off to college. Doesn't have to be baseball related, can be anything. So for you, what are you so excited for when you head off to school?
I'm excited to meet new people. I'm excited to go out my realm, I'd say be uncomfortable with it because, in Ligonier, we don't have that many people that are in a school. So you kind of been without the same people for 10 plus years now. So going to a new college, I'm excited to meet the people that are going to be there. I'm excited to have new teammates and just a new experience overall.
Well, Haden, we wish you luck moving forward at Seton Hill and throughout the rest of the baseball season. And again, congratulations and thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
That's Seton Hill baseball commit Haden Sierocky. As always, thanks so much for joining us on another Recruiting Thursday right here and only on the Westmoreland Sports Network.